Okay, we're back here on the 2016 Toyota Camry. If you see video number 1, you can see where it was hit. This is the LE 4-door version with about 78,000 miles on it. And we were just talking about how this replacement door, which happens to be a used door, for what that matters, it was a used door that the repair center used. In fact, the insurance company first wrote to replace this entire rear panel with a used one. That means finding a car like this that's crashed, maybe in the front end or maybe on the other side, and removing the spot welds all the way along the edge of the panel, cutting the panel somewhere here and then all the way around the wheel well and in behind the bumper area, and removing all of those welds, popping that panel off from the used panel, the donor panel, and reusing it. For those people that are in the repair industry, you know what a nightmare that is. The fact that the metal is so abused by the time you weld it back on. There's typically, repair centers might make different holes in the factory actually manufactured or engineered the car with. There might be distressed metal. There's just a nightmare of things. But they didn't do that. They didn't change the quarter. They actually repaired it. And in fact, and I'll see if it shows in comparison, but you can see that the repair was done very poorly. In fact, one of the most clearest signs is you can see the gap in the line here with the rocker molding. And now I'm going to go to the other side and show you that one on the other side. Now, so that you get a good comparison, we're now on the other side of the vehicle, and you're able to see that line where that rocker molding goes along that dog leg, and you can see where it matches to the quarter panel. And I should have probably wiped that so you can see better. You can see where people have shut their seat belts before in the doors. That's a very common thing. And that's the factory side that's been untouched on the left side. Now let's go back over to the right side. So I know it won't be easy to see in the video, but in comparison, what's happened, or what we see here in person, is just that the shape of this whole contoured area, okay, is different than the other side. What it means is that there's a lot of body filler in here and it hasn't been shaped properly. Whether or not this car would crash the same exact way that Toyota manufactured it with, should it ever get hit again in this side, there's that question mark of whether that would actually happen. So instead of taking the decal off and ordering a new one, and nowadays these things are like $2 or $3, there's actually a ridge line they taped up around the decal and left the decal on. But I think the more important thing is this is the side impact airbag warning label. And you can see right here, this says right here that the airbag is in the side of the seat. So I'll leave it up to the experts that will surely comment on these videos. You can see how the matches up the rocker molding. But the question is, will this vehicle respond in the same exact way that Toyota engineered it to when they had to go through all their crash testing certifications when they built the car? So should there be, for instance, a passenger here, and sadly, unfortunately, this would be where a child in a child seat might be located in the car. And the question there for all the experts and what we bring up, and the interesting part with my job is, all I have to do is identify that it's not identical to the way Toyota manufactured it. It's up to everyone else to decide if it would actually stand up to a future impact the same way. And does that mean that the consumer is the test dummy? Is that the only time that these things are ever tested to see if they're actually repaired safely and properly? We're going to move into the third and last series of this video at this point.